Alright, this is me, Strategy, Broken English, reporting for MUTV here at one of the most iconic sites in world football. Breathe it in. It's the night before a massive European Champions League game, and we're going down south to pick up one of our good mates to bring him along. Now this guy has been a world famous DJ, star of EastEnders, record label owner, and even starred as a Bond villain. Say no more, massive. Who we got to see? The one and only Goldie. Let's go.
You know this man Goldie. You've clocked his ink on canvas, walked past his marks on the walls. You've seen him on small screen, loom large on celluloid. You heard him on wax, soundscapes to fill the void. He's danced on your stage and brought on a rampage. The founder of Metalheads and all things roughage. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to do damage. My name is MC Low-Key, and I present to you the mighty Goldie.
Come in, lads. Looking, yeah. Come in,
Master Ride.
Come on, boys. Let yourselves in.
So obviously you're from the Midlands boy. How did you first get into United?
I went to Manchester a few times in the early days just to go up there and have a look around. And I just loved the idea of just the way that United play, and it was just, for me, it was just more of a thorough team. And I think, you know, they would call us the prawn sandwich, like, when there is. We don't get to go to the games. And what with DJing and stuff, that kind of took off. It's just the atmosphere there was just brilliant. And for me, to go into that stadium was like, you go there, you first think, what the hell? It's mad, and it's just it's unbelievable. And I just fell in love with the team, really. I just thought the style of play. And I mean, I think United for me always played the most exciting games of football. I mean, I generally watch Premiership games on a Sunday. You know, I watch all the goals, and some of the football I watch is pretty boring football. But with United, it's always a pretty tasty game usually.
So you got a lot of interesting gear in this house. Never mind just in this corner alone. Let's start off with this.
Yeah, this is me, my little baby. It's never been ridden. It was the 100,000 monster that was made, and it was by the old designer. He died unfortunately about 4 years ago, but this was the last bike that he designed. It's the S4 Monster, and if you look on here, it was the 100,000 monster that was ever made, and it's never been ridden basically. So a bit of a collector's item, that, you know.
For Goldie.
I just love it. I mean, it's never even been outside the house, to tell you the truth. But it's one of them things that, you know, when I get old and grey, I'll probably be riding around the village at some point. You know what I mean?
Have you got your biking licence as well?
Yeah, I got my bike licence. But I mean, to tell you the truth, it's one of them things I'll end up probably wrapping myself around a tree. So best to stick to four wheels for now. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, this is my kind of my I call it playroom. You know, it's where I put all my paintings when I finish them. And you know, my deck's here, and I'm mixing here, and I'm doing stuff, music and stuff. And I just love it because it's more like an art creative room in here, really. I just use it to hang out.
For my time of doing what I'm doing, some of the most exciting times, even when I've not been to the game, was Giggs' goal. And I was on the Bond set at the time. So we're sitting on this James Bond set, right, out in Wickham, somewhere in Wickham, and it was on the Bond set, and we had a radio, so you got Pierce Brosnan listening to the radio. I mean, over this radio, listen to United, and they scored. Like, yes, you know, and the way that the commentator described the goal, I was like, you know, it's gone from the deep half, it's come all the way through and scored, and I just couldn't wait to finish. And I was shooting till about 1 a.m, and I come back and had it recorded, and I just watched it over and over again.
It's a bit touchy now. He's getting quite big in his old age.
How old is he now?
He's probably about, I've had him about 7 years now.
And it's 8 years. That's a pretty
yeah, he's pretty man. You want to hold him?
Go on then.
Go on, you can do it.
Did he bite these things or what?
Well, he's bit me before, but it's only the bowlers don't bite. They only bite if they get the smell wrong.
Right. Okay. So
do you bite, mate?
We have to shave on this one.
I don't bite. People that don't know, Man United fans that don't know, I've been painting for probably about 25 years. So I come from obviously graph. My graph's my background and stuff, and it's just one of them things that, you know, since the hype of the music's kind of gone away, I can just get back into what I do normally, and that's I always paint. I mean, like, I was painting yesterday till about 6 a.m. That's all I do in my spare time. I just paint as much as I can. And also, it keeps me sane.
Definitely.
Stops me going mental.
And what percentage of kind of art towards music do you think you do?
Depends. Like winter now, I'll be doing a lot more art.
Yeah.
This is another killer, another beautiful piece of work. Yeah, this is a bit of a piss take really, because it's just me dressed as a clown, and it was just because of the fact that all the hype around me and all that stuff. I just thought this joke's not funny anymore. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just that kind of thing. But yeah, I really enjoy painting. It just keeps me sane, man. Really.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean? I'm interested in art generally. I mean, I picked this up in. I just come back from China and I just bought this. I mean, it's ridiculous. I bought this piece here in China for 200 quid. I mean, look at that. It's an amazing piece of art, really.
Absolutely.
It's just a paintbrush artist that he works in oils. But I mean, it's a different world, but it's still art all the same,
You've also spent a lot of time in the Far East recently, China, Japan, where obviously United is absolutely huge. What do you think it is about the club that makes it bigger?
To tell you the truth, you go there, and especially in China and Shanghai and Beijing, the amount of United fans that you see walking around in a shirt, you can't. And also, when I see a lot of expats that are walking around, I go, "Nice one, mate," and they just look and go, "Is that Goldie?" Just said hello in some mad place, some shopping mall in Asia, and they're like, "Yes, get in there." You see a lot of the expats, that are United fans. I think it's just that, you know what it is? I think it's the depth of the club. I really do. I think that the thing with United is that as much as Fergie has the main body of the team, he always tries to do a lot of different things with it. But I think that the depth of the club, if you look at in the Premiership and you look at how many managers that were players for United, I mean, there was one point there was 5 in there. I think you had you had Koppel, you had Hughes, obviously Ince, which has not been the best rider at the minute.
Definitely.
Steve Bruce. I mean, I think that just shows the depth of his club. And I think, I mean, the thing about United for me is that, a lot of people down here would give you a lot of stick and say, "Well, you're not from Manchester." Well, it's a team that I prefer because I've always gone up to Manchester and I've always kind of like that mentality. I just like the way they're playing. It's just a full game of football.
And you're saying that a lot of famous people have bought your artwork in the past?
Yeah. I've got a good little roster of clientele. Kevin Spacey buys pieces from me. Jason Statham bought the original from the last show. Right. He's bought 3 pieces now. Fleming, his mate, he's got a few prints. He's not in the same bracket. Fleming, he's kind of buying the prints more than the paintings. And a few people that are pretty up the ladder, man. That buy my work. I'm kind of happy now because for me it's a bit ironic as well because I've been doing it for so long.
Definitely.
That music almost got in the way a bit.
I was going to say people don't really appreciate it was art first with you before.
It's always been. It's always been. And to tell you the truth, I don't think I'd make music as well as I would have made it in terms of the depth and the size of it. I wouldn't have made it the same if I never painted. There's no way.
But I mean, I think what I like about United the most, I think, is it's the youth academy. It's how they come through. The players come through. Isn't it mad that a lot of players that are on the perimeter, like your Eagles, your Chadwicks, and those players, sometimes it doesn't quite click. But they go somewhere else. Like Richardson went to West Brom, was it? It's almost like it's just that little step towards being really good and making a United squad, or not. And I think a lot of the times, a lot of the players filter down into other teams and do really well with that.
People that know my music, it's pretty, it's pretty full on, and it's also pretty laid out. It's just arrangement and that kind of. I like to have a concept with music.
Yeah.
D&B generally is a scene. I play. You're playing street tunes and raw tunes week in, week out, which is different. We can do that. It's fine. But beyond the dance, beyond the kind of music frame, which is what I kind of try and do, take it somewhere else in the mind.
What I do hold with the utmost respect that I think Fergie stuck with him as well, and I think he's had such bad luck. But I think in terms of the goals, Solskjaer, man.
Oh man, yeah.
Unbelievable player. I've always rated that guy from day one. He's just been one of them players. And seeing the old United games on MUTV, and I watch them when they come on, they show the old games. And I mean, babyface or what? I mean, he's babyface now. But then he'd come on, 10 minutes before the end of the game and completely transform the game.
Definitely.
I think Solskjaer. I mean, I've heard that he's doing training.
Oh yeah, he's coaching the reserve team.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's really brilliant, and especially that Fergie's repaid his debt to the club. I mean, he's been there, and what with his injury and stuff. But I think he's United through and through, really.